it again. I just wanted to do something a little unconventional during my drive here, a morning drive. Just kind of get on here and speak to you guys. Do a real raw video and just have a conversation concerning. Really, if you guys are watching Haiti Biz news, towards the end, we dropped the news that we're taking a break with Haiti Biz news. Got to take a break. Haiti Biz news, just because really for two reasons. First, we had a certain target in terms of views per episode, and we changed different formats, we changed different hosts, and we just weren't getting that specific number that we're looking for, and that's, it is what it is. I know. I think for what we did do, I thought we did pretty well, because if you look at Africa News, CCTGN Africa, a lot of places I really looked as inspiration for what Haiti Biz News could be. Honestly, they make the same sort of numbers that we were getting, per episode for a lot of their episodes. So they had ones that spiked depending on the topic, and so that's one. And number two, we just we had some sponsorship relationships that were coming to an end, and though our intentions, we looked for new sponsors, we just weren't able to get it. And I get it. I get why, because it's a tough climate. It's a tough business climate right now in Haiti, and just folks are really just a lot of businesses are trying to survive, much less asking them to put money out, for quote unquote expansion or different things. And so, that's kind of the 1-2 combo that I had to decide. Let's pause this. I still want to do it, but it has to be done. It's going to be done, in a way where, the quality's where you expect it to be, where I have my idea of how this could be, and when we come back, it will be better. It will be better because we'll have a larger journalistic team. I want this to be an actual journalistic thing, with journalists reporting and interviews, right, on location, in a studio, in a proper studio. I know some of the comments were, Chris, we're hearing, audio in the background, and that's because, listen, thank goodness, I want to give a shout out to Tariq Muhammad. If you know who Tariq Muhammad is, through my other videos, he is someone who's doing incredible things in Haiti, and the host that we had, Melissa Nader, fantastic woman, by the way, she worked for Buzz Inc. in this call center environment, whose English was so solid, and a reason why, the way we could make this work, given that our office is pretty far away from where she was, the only way we could make this work was for us to shoot at the Buzz Inc. facility, right? And it was just basically, initially, they were in one spot that had a separate room, and so we could kind of go to that side room, and it wasn't so bad. But then, one thing led to another on their side, and they basically had to be at a different facility, and that caused us to shoot in a spot that was one long hallway where everyone was working out of against a call center. So it was noisy, right? And so that's what I mean when I say when we come back, we look to be in a better spot, in an environment that is quieter, and our hosts, sorry, the budgets were tight, and though certainly hosts like that do exist, our budget necessarily wasn't at a place to afford that tier, right? The talent. So all those things, I'm just letting you guys know the real nitty gritty when it comes down to what happened, right? But we'll be at it. I want to thank everyone who did watch consistently. I want to thank everyone who, really did express that they're disappointed that it's going to be going away for a bit. But we'll be, how it is. Folks know me. We're gonna keep pushing. Keep making it work, and to find work because at the end of the day, I believe in the mission. I believe in what we were doing at Haiti Biz News, keeping folks informed, and we're going to keep doing it in the future. Right? While I have you here, guys, I just wanted to share that HaiPro Distribution is still doing its thing here in South Florida. In fact, I'm about to pick up a very large order for a grocery store client that we have, and I'm going to probably talk more extensively about it in the future live. But I'm just so excited for the traction that HaiPro Distribution has had. HaiPro Distribution, it's really, I'm surprised how much of a niche that we're finding, because every store that I go into, they're looking for Haitian products. They're looking for, because most of their customers are Haitian, but yet they don't have a consistent source to get and purchase Haitian products to provide their Haitian customers. And so this has been really an eye-opening experience to know that the opportunity exists, to know that, for example, there's benefits that allow Haitian products coming out of Haiti into America to be very low in taxes. I know there's the CBRE Opportunity Act, where the Caribbean Basin something or other act that allows, and Haiti's in it, allows products from the Caribbean to have special tariff rates to enter the country, which is huge and a big deal, right? And so it's been eye-opening to not only see that there's a market demand, but there's also a structure. So in business, it's about finding unfair advantage, right? Unfair legal advantage, and the unfair legal advantage certainly does exist for this business lane, and it's exciting. And I do want to share, by the way, listen, this is something that in the past, folks know I do business first before media, and folks know that reached out to me and have always expressed, Chris, if you're doing a project, I'd like to be an investor, I'd like to be involved in this. And I've usually turned them back because these ventures that I've had, the scale, because of different factors, didn't allow me necessarily feel comfortable accepting investment, right? Just because I saw, just given the situation or what's happening in the country, for example, my staffing company, I was always slow to accept investment because the way I structured it with companies coming into the country and what was happening, there weren't enough companies coming in to scale with investment dollars to make the return for someone who invested, right? For my outsourcing company, the inconsistency in data made it so that it was always tricky, to hold on to clients and customers, because the investment by the state was always kind of lucid, and it didn't allow the high level of data consistency that customers needed. And thus, if I'm accepting investment dollars and thus looking to scale aggressively, then it just didn't make so much sense. It made sense the speed I was doing it, but not the speed that I could do it if I had investment dollars. But now with HaiPro Distribution, I see the scale. I see how quick they can grow. I see the demand. I see that I'm only just in one market, South Florida, and yet we're gearing here to have a $10,000 revenue month, right? And so, and as we get more investment dollars, we can build our infrastructure quicker and put more money towards more inventory, build our staff here stateside. The return on investment is there, right? And so I'm just going to leave this by saying, hey, if anyone's interested in coming in on the ground floor of an early stage company, please, reach out, info at HaiPro.solutions, and let's make this happen. Let's make an import-based company from Haiti to America, right? An export-based activity. Let's make it work. And this is something I feel it's almost a calling to be that conduit for the Haitian diaspora, for those looking to impact and do something really that's going to help build out the country while making a good amount of money. So, all right, guys, let me get to work here. Just wanted to say what's up to you guys. explain what's going on in Haiti Biz news, and give the other side of HaiPro Distribution, how we're going. And by the way, over time, we're going to give you a more hands-on in terms of how we're doing HaiPro Distribution. Again, it's more than the passion project. It's really a life project. And I look forward to seeing how this grows, and I look forward to ensuring you guys are part of that growth and part of that process, because this is while we continue to create content on SeeJeanty Media. That's still going to keep happening. In fact, it frees, what Haiti Biz News is going to free up the team to do more content, and we'll keep pushing, keep growing, keep showing you what Haiti's all about, potentiality, and while we're doing. Remember, I am a doer. So I'm not just a shower, I'm a doer, right? So, all right, guys, thanks for watching this long extended just chat, and we'll be back at it again when we're back.